8 September 2024, the day APINKLABEL stopped being just an idea. Somewhere along the way, passions and hobbies can become things we slowly leave behind. But even then, the feeling never fully disappears. And eventually, you begin to wonder what might have happened if you had taken the chance. This is how it started. With nothing but a free Canva plan, Pinterest boards, an Instagram account, and my love for K-pop visuals, I began looking for girls who loved singing and wanted a place where they could feel a sense of belonging. Still, doubt found its way in. I wondered if I was taking something too far, if it would be seen as childish. People are quick to label girls as dreamers, like our ideas are meant to leave our heads. But APINKLABEL didn't feel like a game. I wanted to create a space that felt accessible to every girl behind that phone screen. On 9 September 2024, I posted the promo for the APINKLABEL Girl Group 2024-25 online audition cycle. The views started going up, but no one applied. I then posted a solo audition promo 3 days later. That one also got views, but still no response. A month had passed since the 2 audition promos were released. No replies on YouTube, no replies on Instagram, just silence. I kept checking again and again, my DMs, the comment section, waiting for one message. Can I audition for your company? Nothing. Day after day, I refreshed the pages, hoping something would change, wondering if any girl out there was looking for a space like APINKLABEL too. Because in the end, sometimes, one person believing in your idea is enough to start something real. Then, the moment I was waiting for finally happened. Finally, after weeks of silence, someone reached out. I remember replying almost immediately. Not long after, another girl reached out as well, and I replied to her right away as well. In the end, 2 girls took a chance on APINKLABEL, and because of that, they became the very first foundation of APINKLABEL. With 2 girls involved, we began actively working behind the scenes, preparing for their future debuts. As more girls saw the posts, it became harder to keep track of everything. I started using forms to organize applications, inspired by how the other labels were doing it. By late October, 3 more girls joined, 3 days apart: Isa, LILLI, and Saerin. Through the Wish for Star form, Isa reached out. Her entry stood out immediately, one of the strongest submissions, and her audition cover matched that energy completely. LILLI came in with experience, a portfolio, and quiet confidence. And Saerin caught my attention immediately because there was undeniable intention in her work. I knew without a doubt that she deserved a place at APINKLABEL. At this point, there were 5 girls involved. The posts were reaching more girls, and things started to feel more real. I was handling everything at once: planning, editing, marketing, messaging, drafting contracts, and studying, all while navigating my final year of law school. I was learning as I went, and in many ways, I still am. I also started to separate how I spoke about APINKLABEL. When I posted or replied to messages, I began using we instead of I. It helped APINKLABEL feel like its own space, like it had its own presence, without losing the meaning behind it. I spent much of my free time learning more about editing and visuals through YouTube, Pinterest, and Instagram. I wanted to improve step by step. Around that time, I was also contacted by an icon to work on pictorial content. Yes, Rosalie asked me to create pictorial work for Spectra and Groove. It was a fun experience, especially because it pushed me outside of my comfort zone. In a way, I guess, I interned at Echo Labels. And while all of this was happening, APINKLABEL slowly began taking shape through 5 girls. That's when I realized something important. Building something like APINKLABEL takes time. The right girls find their way to APINKLABEL when they're meant to. Sometimes girls are thought to outgrow their passions and hobbies before they ever get the chance to fully explore them. So, to every girl behind a phone screen, do not be afraid to take your passion or hobby seriously. Because sometimes the smallest ideas end up becoming the spaces people needed most.